It's more than breaking even, it's like paying a mortgage. Every year we get more and more ownership. And this board in 17 years will own that free and clear, every penny that comes in. So before we spend $100,000 on the bond deal that went down south, even though you wanted it a year ago, I think it's worth that concession on the much lower rate, locked in for 17 years, based on the sheriff's performance. So I hope you'll reconsider this, especially if Ted and Jeff can work on a policy that'll make both sides happy.
As far as timing, Greg, and maybe you're the wrong person to ask, from what I understand, Monty, is that we gave basically conditional notice to the trustee, which means we can back out of the deal if we don't get to May 30th or May 26th. What was that date?
We close on, I think it's 25th or 26th,
Okay.
whatever that Thursday or Friday is before.
But we don't have, you know, because we gave, so we can back out. Now, as far as the fees, that's absolutely correct. The fees are there, but I think we have time. If this board really is serious about a bipartisan support. I mean, tonight we had 5-5. We don't have 5 Republicans. There was a Democrat who said no. But I think that if we can bring back a responsible policy, and I agree, the next county board, whoever gets elected, can look at that and say, we're not following it. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But all of us here that are responsible right now, I'd like to see that. So can we come back in a week, give all the proper notices, pass a policy, and then pass this?
I don't know if we can do that in a week. Can we, Monty? I really don't know.
I think if we put our minds
I
together.
actually wish that I told the attorney she didn't need to be here tonight, because I figured this county board was going to do what they told me to do. I can't answer that question because I don't know the notice. We had to give 2 weeks' notice for the hearing.
Mm-hmm.
We had to give a week's notice for this.
Well,
I mean,
if we really want to pass that policy, I have it. I mean, I know that.
I mean, can you get fair numbers together in a week, Ted?
Sure, I think if Dan and I really sit down, yes, I do believe that. I believe that a bipartisan effort can be reached in which a policy would be supported, certainly by me. I can't speak for the rest of the board members who voted no, but I've said all along, with a responsible policy, you have my vote. I've said that for the last 6 weeks, Monty.
I guess I'm a little bit concerned, you know, as Jeff said, this only pertains to this board. Next November it could change. I plan to die in this county. I have my plot already. You know, I want something I can trust that in 15 years from now and 20 years from now, when I'm retired, I don't have to say, crap, I have to sell the farm.
Brian, I don't think we can guarantee that. I think the board policies we can live with because we passed it, but a future board, Mr. McHugh, I don't think we can burden future boards with policy. I mean, can we?
Do what, I'm sorry?
No. I don't think we can burden a future board with a policy.
But you can add
No.
into
We can pass a policy for,
Every board, you're still stuck with past obligations, obviously.
well, the lease would be a pass obligation.
I don't think, I know you guys can work this out rather quickly, if you both want to do it, but I think next week might be too late for the bonding people.
I'll work as quickly as anybody wants to work.
This was a policy also, okay? And the policy was, we pay for the 4 jailers, we make the jail payment, the rest of the revenue goes to the county to spend as they seem fit. We've abided by that. But now, 2 years ago, the county decided, wait a minute, I don't care how much money you got coming in, we're gonna take 60% of it. Now, we still want you guys to operate, we still want you to pay for the 4 jailers, and we still want you to pay for the jail payment. This policy really ain't no good.
I agree.
Else?
I just want to remind you that 2 years ago, we were still borrowing money to make payroll. Okay? Regardless of what else was coming in, we were borrowing money from a bank to make payroll
I
every
understand
2
that.
weeks. Let's don't forget that.
Wasn't that because of litigation though, that it was in the court system at that particular time?
No, actually, we
Because
did
we
lose a
just
lot of
didn't
money
have
on
enough money.
past union deals
But
also.
if a policy, you know, and I, you know, policies are written and policies are gone, but realistically, November of this year, unless my feeble mind is gone, there could be a new board here. And I'm saying, so we're writing the goddamn policy for 4 months? I mean, it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense unless we're just saying, by God, you know, I'm on this party and that's where it's gonna be, and I got my way, and look what it did.
Right.
4 months later, it's gone out the window for
That's
Christ's
when
sake.
these people come back into that meeting.
The motion
convince
failed.
that board the right thing to do.
Call it.
Follow that policy.
Larry,
I'm getting sick of this. This is stupid.
Larry, I respect you. You've been a mentor to me. I look up to you. You're a fair man. This is not about, this call's not about
I'd like to
me.
recess this for 15, this meeting for 15 minutes. We'll reconvene at